embassy.
Okay.
Then we went in that square where I told you that I hate the Romanian government. It's a Victory Square, yes. And we took it a little bit like this because we couldn't go it inside the hotel only like this, because this is a one way and I didn't want it to leave you on this side, yes. But normally you go, this is a main street of the Bucharest, which is going down, yes, on that side, till here. Here is very important, it's a river. You see, that's a river. It's a little bit confused for the map, but that's a river which is split in Bucharest in two. North part of Bucharest and southern part of Bucharest. The heart of Bucharest, which we call Dracula City, or the old city center that Francis asked me, it is here, yeah, over here. That's the place. Where is it? I point it exactly like here. This was a church that Dracula built it, like a new court, in a swamp. Remember that it was a swamp? Yeah, no, that direction. It's over there, that direction. You'll understand, yeah, it's from here. This is from here. We are here and we go that direction. That's the street we are going, yes? From that, that's the hotel over here. Over here, it's this is a hotel, something like this. So it's going that direction, yeah? And Dracula built it first as a court, then he invited different merchandisers, the French, the Germans, the Muslims, the Turks, the Greeks, the Armenian, a lot of Armenian, very good merchandiser. So they built a city like an oriental city, how it's long time ago, how it was long time ago Istanbul. One street for the French, one street for the Armenian, one street for the Germans, one street for whomever other nation was doing, Russian for example, yeah, who are doing commerce. And the city expanded, becoming bigger, 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 till you arrive at this limit, yes? So inside here we have 14th, 16th centuries that we can't see it if we don't walk in the old city center. It's that part that I told you, the one of you who want to see it will come with me, because buses and cars are not allowed it over there. What was Dracula's part of the city? It was in the communist time a squatters zone, because there were a lot of merchandisers. The communists pushed them out, yes, and the squatters occupied the territory. In the last 5 years, they pushed out the squatters, and all that community, the Jewish community, recovered the property and started to do it like an entertainment center. The Greek community recovered the property and do it like this. So you'll have it small squares inside this big area. It is considered to be now the biggest European entertaining area. I have, where is Miss Butros? I needed her over here. It is probably 6-7 times bigger than Plaka. Yes, 6-7 times bigger than Plaka in Athens. So if you are okay, I will suggest come with me for 10-15 minutes to see it. Where is it? Yes. Then you have it another circle like this, which have buildings like this one over here, like Athene Palace or like Royal Palace, actually museum, which is a French architecture, 19th century and beginning of the 20th century. And if we got it another circle bigger, we will be inside what it's called the communist Romania, yes, or the communist type. Why? Because south of this line, yes, south of this line, all these buildings, this is a development of this area, so you don't think of. South of this line, the earthquake in 1977 hit it dramatically, and the south part of Bucharest was all erased and destroyed. Instead of that, Ceausescu, after visiting North Korea, yes, he decided to do it a new city. I insisted about this fact. It is a new city. It is not only the Parliament Palace. It's ironically, I can tell you the truth, the idea of doing a new city came from the Chinese Forbidden City. Yeah, he has this idea, you know, a city inside the city only for the communist officials. So we do it an administrative building, and surroundings are building in the same architectonic style for the closest friend. So what's important, these guys who are surrounding this area where it's Ceausescu's building, yeah, it's a whole area nearby, were receiving the apartments for free. They have their own schools, their own kindergartens, their own shops, their own stores, their own medical care. They were like an elite of the elite. They don't need any type of money because all that things were paid by the government. And that was a major point to understand the Romanians' mentality and the Romanians, let's say, I would say bloodiest things during the revolution. They do not own anything. Everything was owned by the state. I don't know if I'm very clear, yeah? It's correct. So once you lose the position, you're done. You remain without anything. You're all dead, yeah? Because everything was belonging to the state. So they were totally addicted to the power. And they would do it everything to stay there because it was a question of surviving for their own family. It was not just a thing like this. I mean, in United States, at least you can quit from the government. You don't make so much money, but still you have your own things you can survive. Over here, once you're out from the area, you're dead. That was a bloody revolution, and part of them keep it, yes, them in power. And we will walk now a little bit at the horse, at the back of the horse, and we'll talk a little bit about how is a human nature. Yes, when it has it everything, it wants more. It's true. It's not a joke. You know, that's a human nature. When you have everything, you say, we have got everything. 7 days nice weather, 8 days nice weather. But why should we carry the umbrella with us? And then God gave us a sign. Look, why? Yes. And then you have a better behavior, so I call God again and say, forgive them, God. They were wrong. And God said, okay, these times, but only these times. Yeah, so nice weather today. Okay. When we have been in Timișoara, we have spoken about the cathedral and the kids who were killed there, and how the flame of the revolution passed one step, Sibiu, Brașov, like a flame, yes, in all the country, and sparking in Bucharest. He tried to control the mob here, because this was a place where the communists used to do its great meetings. And how do we know? We look at this church over there, yeah. And I can tell you the church was in the place where it was the monument. Now I can prove with this church what was the relation between the Romanian Orthodox Church and the Communist Party during Ceausescu's time. He never challenged Romanian Orthodox Church. He tried to do it as much as possible in an easy way. As an example, because he didn't like it to have meetings with the church in the middle, he ordered the engineers in 1973 to remove the church from here and move it over there. So they put it rolls under the church. It was something very new for that time. A lot of money. It cost a lot of money. So now you understand the relation between him and the church. It was not of real challenging. They just say, I let you leave, you let me leave. I do it my job. The Communist Party, you doing, we don't interfere with your job. So actually that was the relation between the church and the Communist Party in the time of Ceausescu. So we are 21 of December. From 17 we have the flame, 17 is Timișoara, 18 it's Brașov, 19 it's Sibiu, 20 it's Ploiești, where are the oil, yeah? And we are in 21 over here, with the mobs yelling, yes, students joining them over there, barricades all over. So part of the army who was very tough said, we have to crash it now, because if we don't crash it now, everything will have an end and will not be able to keep the power. So they sent the tanks, they destroy all the barricades, and they killed about 200 students. After all this stuff that we hear it in Timișoara. So we were on a civil war because part of the army said we refuse to sustain you anymore. And he said it, you want to prove you who is the leader? I can prove you that I am the supreme leader. So what was happening? He brought here 500,000 people, put the tanks in front of this building, and trying to have a speech. It's a small balcony where it's a small spot over there. You can go and see it. A very small balcony, yes. And trying to have this speech at this from this balcony. And suddenly, Romanian's National Army found that, according to the constitution, it cannot be, according to the communist constitution, I want to be very semantic, according to the communist constitution, they can't be used against the people. So the tanks left. And he had 1 million people in the square ready. The policemen who constitutional were in charge for keeping the order, saying it's 4 o'clock. It's, yeah, you know, it's 4 o'clock, our schedule, it's finished, left. And then was a moment of, I would say, not confusion. This is a moment when the one of you who have seen at TV, he have done it like this. Yeah, he was confused. He couldn't realize what was happened. He was empty in front of the people who want to lynch him. So the population realized what was happening. Bloody, you know, you were exciting after 1 week of blood scenes and just hearing the kids yelling. They just want to kill him. So they entered inside this building and he ran. It was a race. He trying to find a way to get out, calling a helicopter, because still the aviation was on his side. The pilot came, get him from where it was. It's now the flag. Can you see it's a flag?
Yeah.
Pilot came, get him where is the flag, and then left. And probably, I would say, few seconds. It's only few seconds when the people appeared. Yes, he was old, but he knows how to use the elevators. Yeah, the other one were confused and they didn't know. With the helicopter, he flew to his residence, which was in Bucharest, and after he flew with his residence, I saw that he's hitting the bus. After he flew to his residence, they took something from there, and the pilot came. And this is the moment when the pilots, the young pilots that he hired, had this problem saying who's in charge, who's not in charge, I'm in charge, he's not in charge, yes. Finally he left him on a highway, and part of the army who didn't support him arrested him and put it in an army camp in a city called Târgoviște. And we thought this is the end. We had it almost 1 week, about a few hundred casualties, yes, about 100 of us, maybe more, I think 150 students and kids in Timișoara died, and that was, we thought that's the end, yes. We put him, and then both sides of the army, civil war, you have to understand, that's nothing to do with revolution. Both sides were face to face looking, yeah. Even in the family, I remember in my family it was like this. You're suspicious with your uncle. In some families, some of the brothers were in the military, the other one was on the other side. You never knew it, whom to whom. And we were, you know, like two bulls looking each other, yes? Very dangerous. And then he made a mistake. That was our lucky thing as a nation. Mistake was done that suddenly, after 1.5 days of quiet, like a storm, yes, like the eye of the hurricane, all the foreigner troops who were in Romania, trained by Romanian army, and they were about 50,000. Jordanian, he was a friend of Hafez al-Assad, yes? Syrian, Jordanian, Nigerian, Sudanese, Libyans, all of them left their units where they had been for trained and went in columns on the way to the place where he was located. And that was a crucial moment, because a part of the army who supported him, including the aviation, he had the aviation on his side, said this is traitor. That's already something that will never do it. In the same time, yes, part of the ex-communists asked the help of the Russian, and the army said the same thing, it's bad. So part of the Romanian army went to the west border and said that nobody will enter it inside. Aviation rise it up and kill these columns Arabs, yes? It was a huge problem for 2 days because they went back in the units and the Romanian civilians wanted to slaughter them because they blame now for all the casualties that we had. It was very dangerous to be an Arab during that time in Romania. Just to look, I know people who were lynched just because they look a little bit curly hair and everything. So the next deal was getting an air bridge, and they get off these 50,000 troops. They sent it in Libya mostly, and from Libya Gaddafi sent them in their own country, and that was the end. Yes, they say this is it, you have been a traitor. They judge him as a traitor, they kill him. Judge, appeal, I don't know how was the law over there. You have 3 levels of appeal, all of them done in the same day, executed in the day of 25, and after that it was the end. While you have this confusion time with the troops, that foreign troops getting out, suddenly in all the area of Romania, his private secret police, I insisted about this one. So you have the Romanian government secret police and the private secret police. He has its own man, it's called the Fifth Direction, who was outside of the order of the Romanian government. Yes, they started to kill everybody in the square. From there. So that was a massacre here. In that moment was a massacre. Also in some units, also it was confusion. We kill each other sometimes by mistakes, I have to tell you, yeah, because you never knew it for that few hours. Who's whom, who's going, yeah, it was specially done. It was a brilliant guy who have done all this way of thinking for a coup d'etat. Yes, the one who prepared all this one. So we kill each other. Yeah, while they were coming from there, they killed 10, and then people were starting to shoot chaotically, and we kill another 100 without knowing who kills whomever. Yes, burn, fire over here, chaos it was in that day. You never knew it, what was happening. Yeah. Finally, that was the main point, that he asked it for foreign help, and that's the reason why you will not see at his grave somebody to say how good he was. Even now, from economic reason, you have people who say it was much better there, like it was in Serbia, for example. But majority of the Romanians blame him for all the casualties because he betrayed Romania asking help. To the Russians, we don't know. The Russians never recognized that. No. They were involved with him. They will never, or definitely for these foreign troops who trying to do it a coup d'etat inside of Romania. They had finished in 15 minutes with the helicopter and the airplane, because they were, I would say, light arms, not big arms. They were like ducks, thing like this, and the Romanian fleet came and just killed them in 2 minutes. They went back because they had been massacred. But anyway, we lost about 2,200 people in these 2 days, majority of them young, and they have done a memorial over here, like the one you have in Washington, with the names. Yes, also we have a grave. There is a special cemetery. It's also like in United States. Some of the family has their own, you understand, cemetery, and if you have one son, you will not want to be buried there. So, but if you are poor or you are just, let's say, a very, very patriot, you will say the child to be buried there. I have a cousin, but the family was not agreed to be buried in the memorial cemetery, so he's buried in the family's.
What happened with his wife?
So his wife was executed together with him because I insist his wife was second in charge. Yes, his wife was the one who signed at Timișoara, not him, he was in Iran. Children, they had 3 children. The children are okay. I would say the children are okay, or they were okay. 2 of them died, one by cirrhosis and another one by breast cancer. But with the children, I can tell you that Romanians give it all the rights back. So the one who remains in life now, it's a very, very rich one, because he has a property of the name and all the movies. They even shoot now Hollywood for a huge amount of money because they've done a movie with all these things. Yeah? This one will disappear next year, because from the point of view of the earthquake, from the seismic point of view, it is not safe. Now belongs to the internal affairs minister. That's why you have this exhibition. Yeah, and probably I think they say it in this autumn they will collapse and do it a skyscraper instead of that. The monument will be preserved. Yes, it will remain like this. Now, as a symbolistic, I don't know. They say it's how they killed the communists and that's the blood of our kids who were killed. No, it is done, they say it's a color with blood and all the things. I think just a normal color. It's a jealousy between the artists about the interpretation. Don't ask me to say it.